Yeah.
All right, who are the parties on Andrew David Guerrero, please?
I am, Your Honor.
Karen Corby for Andrew Guerrero, defense, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, the court is going to call 2021 CR 6159, State of Texas versus Andrew David Guerrero. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michelle Hayden for the state.
For the
Karen
defense?
Corby for defense, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Guerrero?
Here, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerrero, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I received most of the discovery, Your Honor. There's still some discovery that we want to move forward today based on the police report.
All right, so are you moving forward without having received all the discovery?
Yes.
Mr. Guerrero, do you understand that your attorney has not received all of the discovery in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you still wish to proceed with your plea agreement, even though your counsel has not received all the discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
And state, is the discovery available for viewing?
Your Honor, I would need to check on that. I'm doing the plea for Joe Ray.
There was some videos that
Vince
Joe
may
Ray
be
was
able
going
to
to make.
speak to that.
Yeah, Joe Ray's going to make some videos available to us, but my client decided he just wanted to go forward with this today.
Okay. All right, Mr. Guerrero, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We're waiving the repeater enhancement.
Any objection?
No objections.
All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you
Yes, ma'am.
electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
No, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Counsel, I'm sorry, Mr. Guerrero, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine to be probated. State recommends community supervision. The state will take in consideration 2021 CR 6628, There's to be no contact with Brianna, Brianna Castillo, Castillo. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have been any such motions?
No.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be 120 hours community service restitution, gang evaluation, and anger management. Did you understand that those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, and no contest, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments into evidence.
Any
Objection,
objections?
Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to a jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, so I'm reviewing the paperwork and the signature that's listed on the paperwork. Why is he just listed as his name is Andrew on the paperwork? So the paperwork needs to be redone because his entire name is not listed on this. Everywhere he signed the documents, it just says Andrew.
His signature?
Yes.
Well, that's his signature, Judge.
No, he just has his name as Andrew. So his signature can't just be Andrew if his entire name is Andrew David Guerrero. It can be Andrew Guerrero, but it just can't be Andrew. So the paperwork needs to be corrected.
So Judge, resend all the paperwork?
Yes, because it just says Andrew on it. So if you all get the paperwork to me, we can do it. But it just says his name is Andrew. So everyone, let me know when you're ready. All right, if the attorneys go to breakout room number 1, the clerk will show you the issue with the paperwork. Norma, I placed some information for you in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am. Judge or Norma,
Yes.
will you send Andrew Guerrero into the breakout room with Karen? I'm not a co-host right now.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. I signed out during lunch, so
Okay.
my bad.
Ms. Corby, has the trial court certification been redone?
That's what I was wondering, if that, is that not done properly either?
Yes, I think his name on that is listed. Is his name is listed as Andrew on that as well, Lupe?
Yes, Judge, it's listed also Andrew only.
All
I don't
right,
really know
so the
what
trial
happened.
court certification needs to be redone.
Okay,
And also the consent for plea. I'm sorry, consent to plea by.
okay.
So Norma, if you could resend that, please.
Yes, sir.
Can you put me back in a breakout room with Andrew Guerrero, please? We somehow both got kicked off Zoom. Or I did.
Do you all have the rest of the paperwork?
Judge, I just put them in breakout room 1 because they were logged out.
Okay, Mr. Guerrero, go to breakout room number 1, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Karen, are you guys ready?
I believe so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
certificate of appeal.
All right, Ms. Corby, did you all do the consent, the certificate of appeal
I believe so, Your Honor.
and the consent?
Yes.
Okay, because it's not showing up on the system. Mr. Guerrero, did you sign the consent to appear by video and the trial court certification?
Yes, ma'am. I signed a lot of things, ma'am.
Did you send the consent to appear by video and the
Judge-
trial court certification through?
Yes, ma'am. I read that and I signed it.
Judge, I think he just forgot to hit at the end, submit.
You need to go back in and hit submit, please.
Yeah, Mr. Guerrero, I just sent you a reminder.
Man, honestly, ma'am, I don't know. It just says every time I open it, it says this already been filled out.
I don't know if there's some sort of glitch going on, Judge, because he says last time he did sign his entire name. I don't know what's going on with the,
When I sign, I usually put just Andrew Guerrero, but this time y'all made me sign again, so I put Andrew David Guerrero.
Well, no, we didn't get the Andrew Guerrero part. We just received one that says Guerrero. So now with the new one,
No, yes, ma'am. Y'all sent me
it actually
another one.
says Andrew Guerrero on it.
It still sets it's out for signature. I sent it to you about 2 minutes ago.
Mr. Guerrero, do you see anything in your phone?
Ma'am, I just signed something right now and it just said to press finish. I just put at the top, it said finish.
Okay.
I'm getting everything that they're sending me and everything says my name, Andrew D. Guerrero, on everything. And then there was a
Okay,
last,
this is what we're gonna do. Meet me in breakout room number 1.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, we are ready to go. It's done. Okay, we're going to go back on the record. And just 1 second, let me scroll up to see where we were. Brenda, can you see where we left off on the record?
Yes. That he knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented
To
to the
appear?
stipulations. No,
Oh,
to
to
the
the-
stipulation.
All right. Okay, thanks, Brenna.
Okay.
All right, we're back on the record. So, Mr. Guerrero, what happened is your signature wasn't complete on all of the documents. Defense, did you have a chance to go over all the paperwork with your client as he signed his full name?
Yes,
And the only thing that changed to the document was the fact that he signed his full name. Is that correct?
yes,
Mr. Guerrero, the only thing that changed to the document was that you signed your full name. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So where we left off is the court found that was going to find, and now I am finding, that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
yes, Your Honor, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just judge that he's willing, he's ready to get this going, successfully complete his probation. He has a full-time job. He's got a big family that he supports. And I do have great hopes that he'll be successful on his probation. Just any sort of allowances you can make, maybe on the supervisory fee or something, would be helpful. I am court appointed, and he does have 6 children.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, how old are your children?
My oldest daughter is 16. I got a 13-year-old. I got a 5-year-old little boy, 3-year-old little boy, and a 2-year-old.
And do they live with you?
No, ma'am.
Where do they live?
They live with their mothers.
How many mothers?
3.
Okay. And who is Brianna Castillo?
That's the mother of my 3 boys.
All right, is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
No, I'm clean, ma'am.
Has there ever been any drug use?
No, ma'am.
Well,
When I was younger, yeah, when I was a kid, but not no more. I mean, I don't even drink.
Okay, and what do you do for a living?
I'm a full-time construction worker. I'm a contractor.
And why is the state asking for a gang evaluation?
Well, I guess when I was younger, ma'am, I did 7 years in prison when I was younger for my previous, why I went to prison. And I guess from being in prison, I guess they just labeled me as something that.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes when people go to prison, they join different affiliations. So if that's the case, just let me know now and we'll figure out where to go with it. I'm inclined to accept your agreement. So did you join any clubs while you were at the prison?
Never. I never, even my whole time living here in San Antonio, I've never joined a gang, never been in a gang, nothing. It was just, I guess, the wrong people I was with or the wrong people I hang with. I guess just kind of a suspect me or something, but never have I been in a gang, never.
All right, what's the tattoo on your head? Is there a tattoo on your head?
Tattoo on my head?
On your head. Is there a tattoo on your head?
Where?
Or is that where the... Okay. What are the tattoos on your...
I don't have no tattoos on my head.
All right, what are the tattoos on your hands?
I got plenty of tattoos, ma'am, and all my tattoos are not gang related.
No,
None
no,
of them.
no, that's not my question I asked you. My question was, what is the tattoo on your hand?
But which one? What hand?
Your left,
Uh,
my right.
My left hand?
Yeah, what is the tattoo on your hand?
The letter A?
All right, and what's the tattoo on your other hand?
That's all I have. Just basically, that's it.
You don't have a tattoo on your other hand?
Where Jessica?
Okay, what am I speaking a language that nobody else on this screen speaks? Do you need an interpreter, Mr. Guerrero, so
Well,
that we
because
can understand each other? You have a tattoo of A on one hand. What's
No.
the tattoo on the other hand?
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I thought you were talking about. I just got these. I'm sorry. Hold on.
It's so late. So is that an S?
Yeah,
S-A.
that's an S and an A. Yes, ma'am.
So that's, and what does that A stand for?
That's for San Antonio.
Ah, because we all can't remember where we live.
No, ma'am. It's just tattoos that I got.
Come on, be honest with
It's
me, because they're gonna
It's just
find out.
tattoos that I got since I was young. Tattoos that I've had since I was in TYC. I mean, these are not. None of my tattoos have been recent. All my tattoos are old.
Okay. So why are you tattooing SA on your hand as though you can't remember you live in San Antonio?
Just when I was young, everybody just representing San Antonio, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna find out what clubs you belong to.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the tattoos do you have?
I got my sleeves. I got my chest. I got
I
my
mean, I can
legs.
see you have your sleeves and your chest. I can see you have tattoos all over your body. What are they tattoos of? So we have the A, which you didn't want to show me the S because I think you wanted me to think that the A stood for Andrew. Now we know that
No,
it's
no, no.
SA for San Antonio. So
No,
what
ma'am.
are the other tattoos of? What's on your neck?
Cross.
And what's the symbols on the side of your neck?
What do you mean? What symbols? I don't have no symbols, ma'am. It's just a name, a rose, a sacred heart with the torch in the middle, my mom's name.
All right.
I got on my chest.
Judge, if it's helpful, our notes say documented Mexican mafia.
Thank you. All right, this is what the court is going to do. 3 years probation, suspended and probated for 3 years, $1,500 fine, probated. Taking consideration 2021 CR 6628. No contact with Brianna Castillo. 120 hours community service restitution. The court will waive 40 of those hours if he provides proof that he's had the COVID vaccination. The court will not allow a buyout of those community supervision hours, anger management, gang evaluation, parenting classes, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want random field visits 3 times per month. I want a curfew, 6 p.m. until further notice. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs or the patch. And we'll do partial GPS, waive fees. And he's allowed to work.
And Judge, if he works past 6 o'clock, I mean, can he have like a 30-hour window? I mean,
Oh, if he's working past 6 o'clock, the GPS will see where he is. And if he's not where he's supposed to be after 6 p.m., they'll know.
Why am I gonna be on GPS, ma'am?
Because here's the problem. The problem is you're a gang member.
I've been on
You're pretending
GPS
to me.
the past 6 months.
Okay. All righty. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it? Is he frozen?
I know he was having problems with his phone.
Oh, no problem. All right, Mr. Guerrero, I showed you was entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? You're on mute.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes. Did you understand that and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand, Mr. Guerrero?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, good luck to you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, and your attorney and the probation officer will meet you there to go over your conditions.
Thank you,
Okay.
everybody. Sorry
You're
for all the
welcome.
delays. Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you, you too. All right, everyone, we are done for today. And everyone showed great patience. Whereas Marcus, hey, Marcus, hey, Brittany, Michelle, you guys stayed to the end. So thank you guys very much. I'm going to stop live stream. Hopefully everyone has a great